This is Christian. Everyone knows Steve. We've taken today to go sailing. A little bit windy, but we seem to be tanking along. I don't know if you can see that, 9.5 knots. Living at the boatyard, you meet a lot of different people that do different things. And I've befriended Christian, who's got the race boat. All started by helping him just put sails up. And what Christian does is he makes CNC aluminium stuff. Plus he's a captain of a racing boat. I want to have a little look around the inside of his boat. It's really cool. You've got the big winches here on either side for the running backstays. And further forward you've got your sheet winches, which also do the main halyard, plus these lines here for your 3DI. Then on this side, another sheet winch, and then you've got the main sheet, the Cunningham, the halyards for
the reef lines.
And the reef lines, yep.
3 of them.
And then as you go in,
we have here a small navigation, the radar and the VHF, and this one is a timer for, it makes an unbelievable sound for if you go solo and you have to wake up every 10-15 minutes, what we do during the race. So this is the timer.
Then the water ballast, which is really cool.
Yeah, 700 liters on each side. So we have 8 people on the railing, yeah, and no way to feed them. And if you don't need them, we throw them out. And here are the valves, and these are the nozzles to pump the water inside. And from one side to another, it goes by gravity. So we, before we tag, we open the valve, then all the water comes through the other side. Then we close the valve, and then we are tagging. So yeah, in the front at the moment we have about 10 sails. Normally we have 3 kite spinnakers, 2 code sails, code 0 and a code 5, and the black one, maybe it's the stay sail, the J1 and the J2. Yeah.
Plus then there's obviously the galley.
This is the very nice small kitchen. You can sit here. You are a little bit sheltered. Just we heat up water, and then we have this kind of
the pantry.
The navigation is on each side.
So you sit here in the chair, and then there's your navigation, and it's mirrored on the other side where Christian is currently sitting.
And it's also nice for a small nap. And here it's for drilling the boat. In every tag or every jibe we have to move all the stuff. Maybe downwind we want the white to the back. We carry everything on this side or on the other side. If in light wind condition we carry everything to the front. Yeah. And these are the 2 beds, and also we use them for trimming, for ballast. Yeah, and for sleeping, of course. And we have a crash box on the stern.
I don't know if you can see right in there, but
it's an emergency hatch there. It's mandatory to have an emergency hatch to go out there. Hopefully I will never use it. And also we have a crash box in the front. The first 2-3 meters are totally closed. You see it. The door now it's open.
Where you would essentially get an anchor locker, have a crash box, so it's a waterproof bulkhead. So you have about 2 or 3 meters where you can crash.
Yeah, everything is really basic, huh? Simple.
As you see, this is the furler for one of the jibs. It doesn't have a drum, it's just got a never-ending loop. So if we show you outside how the deck organizer works, you'll have a better understanding. So the nice thing is once you've bolted them to the deck, you can remove the top. And especially now with a lot more modern boats, they're using top-down furlers with never-ending loops. And there you go. And I think these work really well because a lot more people are starting to use coded sails on cruising boats. So this is just your downhaul, and obviously you've got an uphaul as well. And then now with the never-ending loop, goes in like that. Put the top back on. And the nice thing with Christian's design, as opposed to a standard one that a lot of companies make, is you can remove the lid.
In German we call this Schwanzführung, and all the force, you know, the ropes are just guided.
Keep your ropes put away out of the UV, and out of the salt when. And there you go. They open up nice and easy and they close. There's your lines. The normal one that's available on the market, you can't take the top off. I really like this invention of Christian's because it's taking something and making it more useful for the modern market.
And more boats are the staysail. You don't want to have them during all the time because it's you need it just in strong wind or maybe together with a code 0, and then the staysail between. You go with 3 sails and the main, of course. So this is a good way to adjust just in case if you use it. This is the last one. I'm guide here once more the endless furler line, and in this one here I have a carry clamp because on this side here I'm pulling. I furl like this, and then if I wanna secure the sail at the furler, I go in, and that's it. So this is a good, very easy, simple to secure the sail that it's not unfurling by themselves. Sorry for my English.
This is another really cool thing that Christian makes, are these little aluminium dog bones. There's his logo. I don't know if you can see that. Class40 135. It's his number. Yeah, I really like these little things. So they're super handy when you just need to lash small lines. So this one goes up to 5mm. What other sizes?
It starts at 4mm, 5, 6, and the biggest one at the moment are 8.
As you know, with the race boats, it's all Dyneema, so it's all just a lot of control lines, and you can just cleat it off on these little dog bones.
And here you see that everything is rounded, no sharp edges. And then I do a splicing inside. And then it's really fixed and the dog bone cannot move away from the Dyneema line. The normal ones you go just and then you do the lashing. So it's not safe like this ones. So this was the idea.
So obviously, knowing what we know now about Christian and his skills, we've got to ask for something.
Of course.
Of course. The guy's a professional. So we've asked him to make a very special piece for us, and he shared the process, and here it is.
We call this here Lümmelbeschlag in German, but I don't know in English. This is the part, connection part between the mast and the boom. First of all, I do the measurement, and then I do the design on my computer, and then the next is to create a CNC program for the milling machine. I start the simulation, and you can see how it will work in the machine. And you see it's a 5-axis milling machine, so you can come from every side of the part what you like. I transfer it, the CNC program, to the machine. Different kinds of tools are stored behind there, and I have 35 places for different kinds of tools. For this part I need around 14-15 different kind of tools, and it works with this pickup system. Now the machine is turning to the side, and I started to do the hole on the side. Different kind of drills, and then the milling tools, yeah, step by step. Now the last tool comes, and he is cutting away the whole part from the aluminium block. So I can do, I don't know, from one big block I can produce 2, 3, 4 pieces. So you see, this tool cuts everything off the block. So now I can open the door. See, I can take it away. This is the part. I did yesterday the first one. So you see the 5 sides are ready. I have just to do the back one.
And this is what he's made.
Pretty cool.
So as you know, we scored a new boom, which was very expensive. It was a full case of beers.
So this is the old boom, that is the new boom.
Which is nice because it's got 4 lines, so you got your out haul, your reefing, yada yada yada. So the bit that we made was not all Christian's design. Here is Stu's prototype, Mark II. The first one was a little bit crap. That was just cut out of a second-hand piece of aluminium that I bought online.
Actually, we can show people how you made the prototype about now.
About 15 minutes in. 10, so it's not too bad. I'm about 40 minutes in. So close. There she comes. I'm not gonna lie, that was hard work. So now, I don't know, that shape. How close do I want the boom in? Well, not. And obviously I've got to round it off here so it can do its thing. Marina made a template. Sorry, people are working on their boat, hence the noise. This is our boom.
I love templates.
And that is essentially where the boom's going to be. So we've got a little load-bearing pencil.
There's the load-bearing pencil.
It can move. I'm thinking the inner line will be enough.
Okay, yeah, that should be okay, I think.
Yeah. It sits on 2 nylon washers there, then 2 nylon washers, then 2 normal washers, then the bolts.
Our neighbors are going sailing.
And I've got enough for a second when I get this one wrong. And I've still got enough downstairs for a third and fourth for when I get the second one wrong. So,
come on, it's gonna go first try. I believe in you.
So just 2 more cuts left. And we'll see what we can do on these edges. That is what's going to hold up our boom. Yeah, once it's sanded and done something with, I'm sure that'll be all right. That's what we got left with the toggle. Pretty happy there. I checked it and it fits in with the nylon washers either side. So now I got the pillar drill out the shed. I've just got to drill the 14mm hole through. The hole's as good as it's going to get with the 6mm. I think I can now go straight to the 10. But the drill's only got a 50mm throw, which is slightly annoying. And I've got 60 something. So if I can get up to a reasonable size, then I should be able to finish off by hand. Thank you for whoever bought the drill bit.
And that's the piece that Stu's made.
Moves a little bit.
There's a little bit of play. I think it looks aces.
Aces.
Yeah, not bad for something you just made out of a block of aluminium, honey. Tiny gap there. What is that, 3mm?
So it started out with a prototype, and then it went on to me giving the prototype to Christian, and he made these. One anodized, one yet to be anodized. And it's nice because it's got the recesses for nylon washers.
Wow.
There was a little burr on the inside of the boom.
This is gonna fall as well.
It's okay, it can only land so far. There was a slight burr on the inside of the boom fitting. I had to file it down just a tiny bit.
Because the piece wouldn't fit.
Yeah. And there it is. So we've got nylon washers everywhere to stop the movement. And there she is. So tighten that up and maybe put a little split pin through. And yeah, we have a spare. Our friend said to us that on his Caribbean crossing he met many people whose goosenecks broke. So we're a little bit paranoid, so we got a spare. And it's always easier to make 2 once you've got the program.
Plus we have the prototype.
Yeah. Now I'll take this piece up to the mast and show you how it all sits together.
I just want people to realize how much work's gone into this. This piece was taken from an old mast. It wouldn't fit the shape of our mast, so Stu had to sand it and shape it to our mast.
That took so long.
Yeah, this pin has been made as well by Stuart's brains. So it's a pin that he got.
That I found in the shed. I don't know where it came from. It's just a stainless pin.
And you got a, how is it, milled?
Turned.
Turned. Yeah, sorry, I don't know the technical term. He got it turned so it was the right size for these. Then he got a bit welded onto it, a washer and an eye. Then he designed a prototype for that Christian then made with his
bare hands.
Incredible machine. So the amount of work just going into this little area has been crazy. And it's all thanks to Stu's brain
I won't go that far.
and hands.
It does fit, honest. There we go. The reason I got this made, because I was originally going to just use a nut and bolt, but if you listen, there's hardly any movement because it's not 14 mil, it's 14.15 or something. So if I show you how a bolt is, because the bolt isn't actually 14 mil, it's 13.8. Here is another backup piece. But if you put this in, oh, come on.
There's a bit of movement.
There's a bit too much movement. And people said, oh, you could put a nylon bushing all the way through, but that's above my pay grade. So I've just made this and I've got a spare. I know the eye looks a little bit stronger on the spare than on the one we're gonna use. I don't think that's super important because it's only to hold the tack, and the pressure of the sail will be on the Cunningham. That will be at deck level. So it's only literally to hold the sail. And the Cunningham takes most of the pressure. People also say, but it's stainless and aluminium. Coat it in Tef gel and keep an eye. It's a moving part. It's not just a stainless screw that will corrode in. Because it's constantly moving, the chances of it fusing together, I think, are few and far between. So yeah, that's that. Hopefully this will hold our boom on.
We will be testing the boom in the next few weeks, so we'll show you that soon.
This is the boom box.
Boom box.
Yeah. We only buy one type of ice cream, so we keep all our little spares together.
Oh, by the way, nice t-shirt.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone's ever seen these, but that is actually Seabird. Like that is
That's our
pretty
boat.
much as close as you could get drawing Seabird. And there's a Seabird on Seabird. Good job.
Pipe down. You got to excuse the noisy neighbours. They're just tweeting away, doing their thing. Want to thank?
They sound nice though.
Yeah, it's our garden. Quite nice.
Oh, look at that. Anyway.
Want to thank Christian for helping us and letting us go for a sail on his boat, which is pretty awesome. He's currently in a race and he's doing really well, so I do my best to send him abuse whenever I can.
Go faster, faster.
Yeah, come on, you're better than this. Go quicker.
Yeah, he just recently finished a race and he was in second place.
Yep, and he's currently in second at the moment, so fingers crossed he gets a podium finish, which is really good.
But thank you, Christian, for all your help with these. I know, Stuart did all the hard work, really. You just had a machine with loads of little tools.
And
no, pretty cool to see the process as well.
And if anybody needs anything custom made or is interested in their products, contact Christian and he might be able to help you.
Yeah, we will link his website on the description. But well, you've seen he's a magician.
And that's about it for this week. Next week, more to come, obviously. Marina's got her treatments to go through, so that's going to be interesting. Car
coming. Yep, I'm going into hospital and yeah, all is good.
Yeah, want to thank as well as Christian all the people that support us and everyone that's commented, liked and subscribed. We do our best to get, to reply, but if we don't, please don't be offended.
Well, yeah, we don't reply to everyone, but we do read them all, and yeah, just been taking things a little bit slower. I'm not working as much as on the boat currently. I'm feeling quite, down, not in the sense, I'm okay, but just low on energy and a bit going through the motions.
Right.
So yeah, that's it, I think.
Yeah, have a great week, and next week we'll have more antics to show you.
Yeah. See you.
Bye bye.
Adios.